Okay, so let's see what's going on here. This is the King of Cups. The Moon. Three of Swords. The Tower reversed. The Sun. King of Pentacles. Justice. Two of Swords. Eight of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, you have four major arcana cards. And you have a couple of kings, and of course I'll pull the outcome card after the main reading. Very, very interesting. I kind of, when I saw the two kings and I was feeling them out, I said to myself, it feels like a big conflict, Virgos, between you and another person, your partner, your love interest. And yeah, and some interesting things going on with your major arcana, which I kind of feel I want to sort of pick apart, because you do have the Sun here in the middle of your spread. And you know, in this type of spread that I do, yes, the center card is very significant. The Sun is just, this is the Sun. I think the Oracle is saying this is going to be just unpleasant situation or event to deal with, because when I look at this first row, it looks like someone broke your heart or hurt your feelings, or there was a really bad argument. And when I looked at the Moon, I thought it feels like some of you Virgos discovered someone broke your trust, because the Moon is about listening to your subconscious. The Moon gives warning signals. It tries to give you a heads up about certain things that are happening. And so worst fears come true. That's what I felt when I looked at the Moon and the Three of Swords. So in relation to the Sun, it's also next to this Tower reversed. And the Tower, when it's not reversed, this means complete destruction. But when it's in reverse, it's signaling that a problem will not be resolved. The Tower is usually removing spiritual blocks, removing that which is not good for you, spiritual blocks especially. And so when I see this Tower reversed and this delay, this hold up, someone stuck, someone stubborn, someone made a big mess. That's definitely what I'm catching from this row down to here. It feels like the Sun is saying, okay, Virgo, just be prepared. A big romantic mess. Someone lied. Someone had been somewhere where they shouldn't. Ex-partner issues, but it'll come together, it'll blow over. And so that's when you get your King of Pentacles, which is the significator for Taurus. But once again, you're an earth sign, and it's always good to have a king in your corner, okay? Because the king is about action. The king is in control. So the king next to the Sun after this Tower reversed, it's sort of the Oracle saying, Virgo, don't worry, because whatever is happening here from this first row, you're going to figure out what's what and what is this person's problem. Because I feel like some of you are going to deal with a little bit of betrayal, a little bit of confusion, and someone dropping the ball. So then you get Justice card, the other major arcana in your future. And justice is about doing the right thing. And then you get a Two of Swords, which is interesting. The Justice card is usually very decisive. There's no equivocation at all. Whatever decision is made, that is the decision that stands. But strangely enough, there's a Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about indecision. It's about stalling. And it kind of makes you wonder, well, what's going on here? Well, then we get this Eight of Cups. And this is pulling from that energy of the King of Cups, where I was telling you earlier, I felt like there was some sort of duel or conflict between you and an emotionally, fragile person. Now, this is the card, of course, of moving on for the greater good, setting boundaries and healing. And it's also about the subconscious. I'm definitely pulling this vibe of the subconscious is secretive. What goes on in our subconscious, sometimes it's a mystery. It doesn't always come to the surface immediately. So in regards to what's going on with your love interest or partner, Virgos, I feel like there are some deep-seated unconscious issues some of your partners are dealing with. And, so when I see this moon and I see this idea of danger coming, something's going on that you don't know about, I feel like this plays out here in the future when your interest or your partner says, I need a break, I need to take some space, I'm emotionally confused, I don't know what's going on, that's why I dropped the ball, that is why I messed up, that's why I lied, that's why I did whatever that kind of hurt you from over here. And so here are a couple things you should think about, Virgo. For some of you Virgos, especially if it's a new relationship, in the early stages of a relationship, there's always that speed bump where someone needs to step back and think things over. The other thing you might want to consider, Virgos, is that some of you are in an established relationship and someone is distracted, third party or whatever. They haven't been forthright and honest with you about how they feel in the relationship. And so some of you might want to prepare yourselves for some conversation like, I need space, or you pinning the person down like, why are you acting so passive aggressive? What's wrong with you? I don't feel like I have a connection with you. So those are some of the things that I see going on. I'm pulling an outcome card. So with these four major arcana, definitely a big shift in your relationships. But like I said, the sun is very powerful and it's in the center, just like the sun is in the solar system. The situation will work out. It's just going to be very rough. The outcome card is the Nine of Swords. So yeah, I'm getting a sense of worry, a little bit of drama, someone acting out, someone who's getting a little careless. But I feel like this is not something that I feel like it's something that needed to happen. Towers reversed. I feel like once things blow over, the tower won't be reversed. The obstacles and the blocks that some of you were dealing with, not only with the other person, but within yourselves, I feel like those will start to work out as well. So that is your reading, Virgo. And once again, happy birthday. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, new subscribers, and sponsors on Patreon. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light.